Hello and welcome to Starting Points, where one thing leads to another. This is the last video I'm doing on plants. Non-flowering plants these are. And this is a great guide. I probably got this 55 years ago or so. It's done by Floyd Shuttleworth and Herbert S. Zim, and it includes algae, fungi, lichens, mosses, liverworts, ferns, and more. It even gives scientific names in the back. I just, there's the little British soldiers and reindeer lichen and spoon lichen and pixie cups, and so it's got a lot of memories attached with it. I was teaching a grade 7 class, all subjects, and I didn't know all that much about science, and there was a woods right beside the school, and the woods in the back, and a pond over on the other side of the school, and there was a lot to explore, and this came in handy, especially in the woods, and hardcover as well, but I really like the weight and size of that small one, and it's just a little more flexible as well. I went and got edible and poisonous mushrooms of Canada because I said, well, I need to know a little bit more. But actually this book, as nice as it is not for the layman particularly. It's more for the scientists working for Canada government or a provincial government, and as a helpful guide for more or less a specialist. It had one color plate in here. This is a painting of probably the most well-known poisonous mushroom. This painting's by Henry Jackson. More about him in a minute. Now, 1962, that book was published. And I also got, at some point, this book was published in England, but all the pictures were in color. The pictures in this were black and white. And the color makes it, helps, I think, in identifying and some of the names of some of the mushrooms I still remember. I haven't had call to use it much since then, but the pages are attractive, big, and it's I think represents things pretty nicely. Now, someone in Britain, Roger Phillips, has produced a bigger, more comprehensive book on mushrooms and other fungi of Great Britain and Europe. It's nicely done too. What I like is that it has these cross-sectional cuts so that you can see the structure, gives the top view, the underneath view, and I think that's a pretty neat addition. Well, I mentioned Henry Jackson. He was a Canadian, older brother to A.Y. Jackson, a famous Canadian painter, but he's a less famous Canadian painter. He specialized in doing mushrooms. He did that mushroom for the Canadian, the only color plate in the Canadian one, and there's 41 plates in this. Plus there's sections from the journals he kept from walks and things in the front of this. So it's an interesting book. Speaking about an interesting book, I was in the UVic bookstore and I came across this fungi, and I thought, The Light of Curiosity. I don't know whether it was the word curiosity that made me curious, but I looked inside it. There were no glossy pictures, no anything. There were black and white pictures in some cases. And it was a group of essays. And I just was taken by it and went home. Now, Harold Brodie, B-R-O-D-I-E. And some of the titles here, let's see if I can find where they are. Gunnery in the Fungus World. Gunnery. Well, I read that and I was amazed. Just amazed. The Thread of Life, Coral Fungus, Mystery of the Water Guns, Soil Drama, Sphere Thrower, The Stone That Grows, The Ants' Fungus Gardens, Mushroom Monstrosities. And I thought, well, he's certainly chosen some interesting titles, and they didn't let me down. It was fascinating, just fascinating, and it makes me think about this variety, diversity, and variety. Those words that I keep coming back to, and it makes me, and I thought about this, and I came up with the word humble. It makes me humble to realize all that diversity, how little of it I know, how little I can understand of it, and so until next time, thanks for joining me. Bye for now.